You've never made a free choice in your life. Not one. That's what Spinoza argued. And if he's right, then your career, your relationships, even this very moment are not yours at all. They were decided for you long before you ever felt yourself choosing. Think about it. The school you went to, the job you have, even the person you fell in love with. Spinoza would say these weren't really chosen. They were the inevitable result of your upbringing, your biology, your culture and circumstances, stretching back years before you. Free will feels undeniable. Every morning you decide whether to hit snooze, whether to work out, whether to cook dinner or order in. Later, you might choose who to text back, or whether to finally take that risk you've been thinking about. These choices feel deeply personal. They feel like you. And society reinforces this belief. Laws assume you could have acted differently. Morality rests on the idea you can pick good over evil. And the entire self-help industry is built on the promise you are free to choose your destiny. But Spinoza believed this was all an illusion. What we call choice is not freedom at all. It's the surface of a much deeper chain of causes we rarely notice. He gave us a metaphor. Imagine a stone flying through the air. If the stone were conscious, it would think it was soaring freely, choosing its path. But in reality, it was thrown, and its movement is set by force and gravity. We are that stone. When you yell in frustration, reach for dessert, or decide to change jobs, it feels like a decision. But behind the curtain, your genetics, your childhood, your culture, your emotional state, all of these are already steering you. You notice the action, but not the countless hidden causes. And here's the unsettling part. Centuries later, science began to prove Spinoza right. In the 1980s, neuroscientist Benjamin Libet ran a famous experiment. He asked people to flick their wrists whenever they felt like it, while measuring their brains. The results shocked everyone. The brain showed signs of preparing for the movement before the person consciously decided. Your brain chooses milliseconds before you do. What feels like your decision may just be your mind narrating something already in motion. Exactly what Spinoza described: free will as illusion. Other studies since then have reinforced this idea. From small impulses to bigger choices, our decisions can often be predicted by brain activity, hormones, and subconscious influence before we become aware of them. If you find this idea unsettling but fascinating, that's the point. And if you want to keep exploring questions that push how we see the world, consider subscribing, because the next video will take this even further. For Spinoza, this wasn't just about neuroscience. It was about the universe itself. Nothing in nature happens randomly. Just as planets follow gravity and rivers follow their course, human beings follow the causes that shaped them. You didn't choose your parents. You didn't choose the culture you were born into. You didn't choose the random moments that shaped your habits. Yet all of these ripple through your life, echoing in every so-called decision. In Spinoza's view, the idea of stepping outside this web of causes is impossible. We are not separate from nature. We are nature unfolding. But Spinoza didn't think this should leave us hopeless. He believed the opposite of freedom isn't necessity, it's ignorance. You are unfree when you don't understand why you act. When you lash out without realizing it's fueled by insecurity, you're a prisoner of emotion. But once you see the cause, stress, fear, exhaustion, you suddenly gain power. This is Spinoza's twist. Freedom doesn't mean breaking the chain of causes. It means understanding it, so you're not blindly dragged along. Knowledge becomes power, and power becomes freedom. Think of a sailor. He can't control the wind, but by reading it, he adjusts his sails and moves with direction. The sailor isn't free from nature. He's free through understanding it. The same is true for us. So are your choices really yours? Spinoza would say no. Every decision is shaped by forces you didn't create. But he'd also remind us, the more you understand those forces, the less they control you. Maybe freedom isn't about breaking the chains, but finally seeing them and learning how to move within them. So, what do you think? Is free will just a comforting illusion, Or was Spinoza wrong? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to keep exploring ideas that challenge how we see the world, subscribe, because the next video might just change how you see reality itself.